Hello, how's everybody doing this evening? There it is, there's the game. I knew it'd pop up eventually. How's everybody doing? Can I be honest? I'm tired. This is one of those moments today where I had to make the commitment that this is something I'm going to continue doing. And I'm not allowed to just quit because I'm tired. And not even quit. I'm just not allowed to stop doing it. Because I was gonna play the game anyway. The question is, did I want to sit here and talk with you, lovely folks, this evening? And I might as well. Because you are lovely. If nobody's told you that today. I guess technically today would be Galentine's Day, right? For those of you who watched Parks and Rec, be Galentine's Day. I do have a significant other though, so I do also celebrate Valentine's Day. Sort of. I recognize it. I just don't really celebrate it. My husband and I have never been big, not necessarily even holiday people. We just don't do stuff that's special. Partially because we just didn't have money before and still don't really. I mean, we'd spend time together, sure. That's definitely not been a problem. But I actually think the more significant non-holiday holiday to us is really Friday the 13th. Not something that comes around that often, and it just happens to be a very special day for us. We had a significant event happen on a Friday the 13th, and ever since then, it's one of those, while we don't celebrate it, it's kind of a, hey, this is a special day. So honestly, I think we get more excited over it being Friday the 13th than we do it actually being Valentine's Day tomorrow. So I'm sure we'll spend time together once he's done with work and we'll do something. I have no doubt. But alas, this evening is probably going to be a little more chill. I'm not going to be stressing too much. Just enjoying time, really, here this evening. I have been kind of itching all day to play the game just so I can get into playing the Magics and Machine mod that we have. So I want to, do I have it in my inventory here? I wanted to pull it back up because I know I skipped over that quite a bit. Did I not install the mod? Why? Well, that's supposed to be. I may have forgotten to turn the mod on. I shouldn't have. I know I updated. Let's quit to the main menu. See what happens here. All of my mods got turned off? That's not weird. Okay, well, let's turn the mods back on. I'm not turning that one on. I'm not interested. Well, maybe I do. I'll turn it on just to have it. All right. Fine, fine, fine. We'll have it available. And not that I don't like Violet's furnishings, but we'll save the settings here. Let's see. Can we open it up again? See what happens now. Now, again, I hope you have enjoyed your day before the mushy holiday. I know it's been a longer day for me. I woke up not really wanting to mom today. I've got a toddler who love him to death. I do. He had so much energy. I don't know how he has so much energy every single day when he wakes up, but he does, and I did not. It's not that I didn't even go to bed at a decent time either. I went to bed at a fairly okay hour. Wow. Is it just because we added the mods? I'm assuming that's why it's taking so much to open everything up. Oofda. Okay. Loading world. The fact that it just, okay, no. Well, the fact that it just stopped kind of worried me for a second. Magic and machines, they will be added. Fantastic. I love the fact that they're going to be added. Okay, can we try this again? Look, there's our book. All right. Let's add this book into the inventory and take another peek at it. Oh, looks like we might have had some updates here. So, rotation, just talking about RPM. So this is something I was trying to figure out today too, is what part of this mod do I want to get to and how quickly? Because if I love watching, ooh, hopefully the mic didn't pick a lot of that up. I love watching Tango Tech and Impulse. I'm a big Hermitcraft fan. So, recent Hermitcraft fan. And by recent, I mean like the last year. I had never watched anybody play Minecraft at all. My husband's a Yogscast fan, so we've watched them play mods or Jaffa Factory. He introduced me to that, so we've been watching some of that, and like Blood on the Clock Tower, that's been one of our favorites. But back to Hermitcraft. I've enjoyed watching them just to see all of the redstone capabilities, and especially watching Tango's Decked Out build from Decked Out 2. That's where I started. I never ended up watching anything from Decked Out 1. So I saw the end of Decked Out 2, and there's so many elements. Excuse me for one moment. Excuse me. There's so many different elements to redstone that he implemented that obviously I know where things can go. I just don't know how that would translate here. And then also, like, specifically, you think about it's all about making it easier to get resources, and especially mobs in this game, you can't just spawn them. Not that you can spawn mobs in Minecraft anywhere you want, but you definitely can't pick any location in this game to just spawn mods. So that'll be a challenge. So I don't know if this is I can use this to grow trees. I can use this. Is it just like making secret doors and making lights turn on and off? I'm not sure, but I'm sure I'll just start there and see where it takes us. So let's go to rotation sources. Okay, so we have a hand crank. Hold interact to consume stamina to crank. Water wheels. Okay, so this is simple ways to power machines. Windmill. Okay. Again, more complex ways to power machines. Components move, split, reverse, or gate RPM between blocks. Okay. Cog wheels, gearboxes, clutch, gear shaft. This is not something that I have played around with enough. So definitely on my list. Crushing wheel. Crushes one ore per full rotation. Okay. Mechanical breaker. Breaks a block. Okay. Rotation powered dropper. Drops one item. Okay. Placer. Places one full block. Okay. Attacks for 20 damage. A slaughterer. Yeah, they're just so cute. I don't want to slaughter them. I don't. They don't grow fast enough right now. Although, did you see there's an update coming on Tuesday? I'm very excited for Tuesday. In fact, I don't remember what my stream schedule even says it's supposed to be, but we are definitely going to be adding Tuesday to the list if it's going to update. Because then that means this particular world can also get the new map upgrades. They can get the taming upgrades. I mean, there's so much that they've worked on over the last month that we finally get to add. So that is 100% going to happen. And then I do have a pre-release world that I was playing with Kernel Corn. And so if pre-release 4, I guess update 4, the pre-release for that is going to be on Thursday, we may play around with our pre-release world if it'll actually let us play it. I was having issues. That's why I didn't use a world I already started with, because I have mods in that, and made the mistake of adding mods to the pre-release, and not all the mods are keeping up. So that made it complicated, and I legitimately could not open my world at all when I had it in release from pre-release. It stuck on the booting screen. Yeah, booting updates or something like that. Literally all it was booting. Nothing went across the loading bar. It just stayed there. So we definitely can't use that world yet. Now I'd like to, because I like some of the dungeons that I've been working on in there, or at least the secret entrance that I had worked on. But we at least could expand on the idea of a secret entrance, because I had, in that world, had an open block that you just dropped down and dropped on top of a mushroom so you didn't take fall damage. And then that was your way up too, which I thought was pretty creative, if I'm not gonna pat my own back. But I thought that if I just hit it with leaves, it'd be fine. And I ended up using the azure leaves, and they're super pretty, just not the fun secret entrance that I really had hoped for. So this may provide that if we've got like a piston type block. So, okay, contraptions. If moved, all super glued blocks. Ooh, we're gonna super glue blocks. That'll be interesting. Okay. Connects to a vanishing block. So this was something I saw, and I didn't even look at what a vanishing block was. So when it has a blood signal, all super glued blocks connected to it become intangible. When it has a signal, they become intangible. Connected vanishing blocks share a network even without super glue. The intangibility will persist until the blood signal goes away. Preserves metadata even through server restart. Well, that's beneficial. That's a block that I'm gonna have to figure out more, because while I roughly have an idea on what that may do, I'm still a little confused about that. Carriage moves along. Is it a gantry shaft? Is that what that's called? I've never heard of that. Okay. Carries the block above it. Okay. I feel like that's similar to just like a minecart, so it just goes along a shaft. It's like a vehicle for the shafts. Okay. Path for the carriage to travel. I think my assumption would be correct then. Okay, mechanical bearings, rotation-powered bearings, rotates the block on its front while powered. Okay. We do have a piston. Okay, so we have a rotation-powered piston, extends one full block, maximum of 5. Can reverse output to retract the piston. Okay. A rope pulley moves the block on its rope, 1 block per rotation. Lowers lifts depending on rotation. Can lower a configurable amount down. 256 blocks. I feel like that's a lot of blocks. Cannot raise back above its initial height. Well, that's not surprising at all. Okay, then it goes over to magic. Okay, well, we need just rock. Any rock? Is that all we need? Tree sap or moss? For super glue. Okay. Well, let's see how much of this we can make. right off the bat, and let's just have some fun with it, because it looks like a lot of it was available in the workbench right away. So battery can be made. Blood can be made pretty easily. Okay. Oh, the other thing I wanted to see. A parchment and a pattern. And I know he just literally updated this today. I downloaded it right before we started. Ooh, a singularity. That, I don't even know what that is, but that seems really cool. I'm a little scared of it. I don't know what it does, but... A staff. Okay. Steam engine. Okay. That's cool. Vacuum. Okay. I want to know if I can build a farm and have water like in Minecraft. If it will break the food and then allow me to collect it. And I've not tested this, which means we need to make a farmer's workbench for sure. So we can start testing that. So let's get our workbench down. And where do we want to place this? I also would absolutely be open to any suggestion that y'all had as far as things to do, things to try. This is very much just a big testing zone. So as far as a farm goes, I feel like this area right here is a pretty big location. I don't have any mobs over there, and that's really more what I'm concerned about. But I do know that I have some... I think it was the swamp monsters, whatever those are called. Some of those guys were over there, so I don't really want to deal with them. So let's go ahead and just maybe start our farm up here. And see what happens. All right. Okay. Farm stand placed. Let's collect some of these guys. Get them out of the way. Also, I love the grass blocks, the leafy soil blocks. They're so pretty. Almost think you could make this look like a rug for decorating. If I pick... I don't want to pick the block up, but I wonder if I picked it up, if it would turn itself into just a regular dirt block again. Okay. We're gonna need a wooden bucket for sure. We're gonna need a watering can. We're gonna need a hoe. Let's start with the hoe and see if we can go ahead and plant some things. So, we'll just do an 8x8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It won't be 8x8 because that's not what this area right here is. So, go away. Thank you. Okay. We need to get some seeds. And we need both of those. So, yeah, we'll do 10 of those. And just the rest of those. This is not how our farm is going to continue in the future. This is just for quick testing purposes only. Now, I do have some water over here. So let's go grab water real quick. I would love for them sooner than later to give us some sort of ability to get water without ruining our river sources. Okay, come on. Thank you. All right, so I have water to test for later. Go ahead and put it down though, so I can at least fill up my water bucket. We'll put it there. Okay. Or I should say fill up my watering can. Can't see anything right now. Oh, I don't get to have the torch? Well, that seems a little silly. Alright. Those are filled up. Okay. We'll let those grow and then see what ends up happening. I don't think there's any changes over here that I'm not aware of. Okay, that all looks the same. Alright, back over here. So that's the first part of testing. We'll multitask. So we've got that in the works. What else? Oh, I have some of this over here. I'll just bring it because I need to make a chest anyway to keep stuff over there. All right, there we go. And can I drop off this food? I'm gonna cooked bean I'll hold on to. And we'll leave these guys here. I never dropped any of my stuff off last time we were playing, so. Okay. So we were going to, let's see. What do we need for the spell binding table? We need parchment. Okay, what do you do to get parchment? I guess that's the first question. Purple. Did I miss the parchment? Where'd it go? I swore we saw parchment just a minute ago. Filters. Cogwheels, lightning rods. Peter. There it is. Okay. Oh, just plant fiber. Okay, we needed 2 of those, I think. And then we need mana stone. Okay. Do we make mana stone? Lectern, lightning rod, mana stone. Oh. Well, I think it'll be fairly easy for us to get some azure fruit. Okay. Aha, did you guys see those skills? Real strong skills. Actually, it is nighttime. Let's sleep. Okay. Get our rest. And then we will hop on over to get fruit. Now, can I collect fruit from the tree just in the tree? Do they just, like, exist? Or is it something you have to cut the tree down to get? Well, I don't see them, so I bet you have to cut the tree down. Just these trees I can't build right now, so I hate tearing them down when I can't actually build them in the first place. Okay, I don't want to fight a bear, so we're going to be a little more cautious. These trees back here don't get seen quite as much. I think we can safely cut this one down without causing too many issues. Oh, what limb? Do I just need to cut it here? Okay, this is kind of a weird tree. Yeah, we'll just chop some of the roots up with it. There we go. And we'll collect some of the flowers. I have a feeling we're gonna have to lot of those flowers for various projects, but what we'll do is we'll just find a bigger forest of these. And And that way we can deforest that area and not the decorative one around our base. So, not that it's much of a base to begin with, but... Ooh, can I see... Okay. What are your guys' opinions on being able to see your character's outfits versus being able to tell what kind of armor somebody has on? I know there's not a ton of SMPs right now. I know Hermitcraft, it seemed like it was a very controversial issue this season. I know they took it away, and I can't tell if they've allowed them to use the mod again or not. It looked like Tango had some of his armors, like he had his pants on, but not that he's normally pantsless, but he had the armor showing. So maybe they've allowed, at least if you can tell you have any armor on, then they're fine with it. Excuse me. Oh, I ate a little too much for dinner today. We actually went out to eat at, I mean, it's not a super nice restaurant by any means, but we went out to eat with my parents and ate somewhere we don't normally. And just don't, okay. I think we needed 2 of those, or well, we'll make 2 at least. We ate somewhere we didn't normally eat though, and it was just nice for a change of scenery more than anything. And yeah, still ate too much. Oh, I actually needed 4 of those. Okay. So that was also the reason why I didn't. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? I am checking out a mod called Magics and Machines. So we're just kind of playing around with that. Haven't really done much. It's a brand new world that I started earlier this week. So we're grabbing the spellbinding table. It seemed like that was the first magical table we had, but I feel like stream's going pretty well. We just started, so it's also like stream number 2, I think. Number 3, technically stream number 3 for me, so we're seeing if it's something we enjoy, but I think I'm enjoying it. I've had fun so far, so it's fun to actually be around other people that may like this game. I feel like the community was super big right at first, and it's gotten a little smaller just because there wasn't as much to do with the game. But anything interesting for your Valentine's Day? I normally play... It just depends. I got on a Grounded kick for a long time, the original, not the second one. I like grounded myself out big time, because I had a game going with my husband plus my dad, and then I had a solo world, and that got to be way too much, so I kind of put a pause on that. And then we like to play other automation type games. We played Restaurant. That was another one that we're still playing, just haven't played it in a while, but Hytale came out, and I've really enjoyed that, so yeah. Yep. Are you a fan of Hytale, playing it yourself, or just checking out different games that people are streaming? I'm going to... Oh, we need a grimoire. Okay, well, that's the next part of the mod. Let's go to the bench and see what we need to make for the grimoire. I am a PC gamer. This game, I think, is only available on PC right now. So, I had an Xbox 360, and then my husband got an Xbox. That's actually a funny story. My husband convinced me right before we got engaged that he got a $50 Xbox One, like, few weeks after they came out. The console had literally been out for probably 2 or 3 months. And all of a sudden he showed up home one day and had one. And he's like, yeah, it was only $50. I'm like, how in the world is that even possible? So it turns out the ring shop, the jewelry shop that he was looking at engagement rings for, it turns out that part of their promotion was either, hang on, I want to make sure I'm not like getting a bear behind me or something. Part of their promotion was you could either get an Xbox or I think like a $100 gift card or something like that. He's like, well, I'd rather get an Xbox than a gift card. So he bought my engagement ring and an Xbox One all at the same time, which was, it was funny. And obviously it took a while before I ever found out how he got it. But yeah, so we had a $50 Xbox One and we hardly ever played it. So I've never, console gaming for me is tough. I don't like controllers as much as I do keyboards personally, but well, thank you. I don't always find myself funny. I find myself a little more annoying at times, but I appreciate it. Oh, let's see. This is not the bench that I want. Okay, so this said that I needed a grimoire in order to, in parchment. Okay, so grimoire I think is going to be on the workbench. It was one of the last things in here, was it? There's a purple one. So you need mana leather and charged stone. I have no idea where to get those. Is there any other grimoire in here? It's alphabetical, so does not look like it. Okay, well, let's see what we need for mana leather. And now we need to try. See, this is the, I like automation mods, but I feel like the understanding of how you get to where you want to go gets to be way too complicated sometimes. All right, so we need more mana stones, and I can't just type in mana stone, can I? Oh, I can. Where am I from? I am from all over. Technically, I was born in Arkansas, lived in Wisconsin while I grew up, and then went back to Arkansas, and then was in Missouri, and so I've jumped around all over the place. But my favorite place that I lived, and where I'd say I really grew up, was in the Midwest and in Wisconsin. That was definitely my favorite areas. So we needed 4 of those, I think. I think if I just click this 4 times, it'll make 4 of them for me. Yeah, Midwest is kind of where my heart lies. I definitely miss it. And I'd go back if it was easy for me to. Part of it's just finding jobs in that area. Where is this? Where is this? You may have to give me some more details. If you... Are you asking where the Midwest is? Or... I don't... That sounds dumb. I don't mean to sound dumb, but I might need some more information on what you mean by where is this. Charged stone. Let's type that in. Okay, mana gem. How do you charge a mana gem? Wait, why is this a... It's your second stream. Yeah. Yeah. Second or third. Technically... So, no, this would be my 3rd stream that I've done. Yeah, 3rd stream. I did one just as a feeler last week That was actually fun. I wasn't expecting to have a single person pop on my stream at all. And I had like 3 or 4. I had one guy that chatted with me and I got his name completely wrong, which will probably keep occurring. But yeah, it was a fun stream just playing around. May I ask why you don't use Twitch basic streaming essential stuff on your stream? I don't know what that means. Mainly because I am fairly new to streaming. So, Twitch basic streaming essentials. I mean, I don't know if you're talking about like emotes or anything like that, or chat commands. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just doing this for fun. I thought since I played games that I'd hop on, see if other people want to hang out. So if there's basic things I'm missing, please let me know, because I'd like to have those. I typically watch a lot of my streams as VODs with some, like the Hermitcraft streamers I talked about. I like watching them a lot, so I'll watch their stuff. So I've tried to get better, but yeah, haven't done a ton of prep other than putting a few, like, I got the little frame around my video, and that's about it. Do I have Discord? Yes, I do have Discord. Do I have a Discord for my streaming self? No, but I have a Discord that I use, so I've not set anything up with that. Can I show you then? Sure, I will check it out after stream for sure. I'll make sure I save that, and then we can definitely look at it, because I definitely need help. That is for sure. Let's see. So we were trying to make, not the Mana Stone, the Grimoire. And we needed the charged Drainstone. Okay. Oh, I think I was looking at the wrong thing before. So now we just need, now that we have the Drainstone. Now the Mana Gem is next. Well, were you doing anything fun? Here's your Discord username. Perfect. Okay. I'll definitely look it up. For sure. Well, do you have any other plans for this evening or tomorrow that you're going to be doing fun for Valentine's Day? I have absolutely nothing myself, unfortunately, but fortunately. It'll probably just be hanging out with my husband once he's done with work, but he does have to work tomorrow, so we aren't going to be able to do something super fun. And we also have a toddler, which gets to be complicated, so it'll probably be, once he goes to sleep, us watching a movie, or we do have a lot of Blood on the Clock Towers from the Oggs cast to catch up on, so we'll probably be doing some of that. So sad. Honestly, I'm okay with it. We also live in a really small town, so there is nothing to do here. Just very little. And so we're going to be moving in a few weeks to a bigger area, so I'm thankful for that. So we'll actually have the opportunity to do stuff, but even going to the movie theater, there's somebody new that bought it, and so they've been making upgrades, so I hope that in the future will be a better place for people, but for now it's okay. Yeah. I just feel like I'm running in circles over this stuff. So I need a Drainstone. Is it charging just by sitting there? And I also need mana leather. So I can after my stream. I probably won't do it right now, but I will look at it later if you don't mind. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I'm keeping up with what I'm doing in the game for now, so Okay, so we literally just have to wait on the drain stone. White leather. Okay. But does the tutorial book... Let's take a peek at the tutorial book and see if that actually gives us anything on mana generation. Okay, drains mana from its bearer and stores it. When fully charged, it will transform into a drain stone. Okay, well, so that's good to know. A charged one, at least. Generates mana from a fern growth? Okay, that's cool. Okay, moonlight generates mana at night. Okay. That's interesting too. Just rock. Okay. Well, that seems like that would be something definitely to build, so that way we can have mana just charging at any time. Let's see. Now, okay, Amy right now. And then once your stream in, we can talk about the details later. If it's okay, I'm gonna wait. It's just, I don't like getting out of my streams right away. I mean, I've only done 2 or 3, but it's okay. Be patient. I promise I'll switch over to it once I'm done in Discord, and we can chat. Is there just a regular mana gem? Yeah, charged mana gem. I'm not sure where to get that. All right, well, let's go back to the pedestal. The moonlight one. So as soon as this is finished charging, we'll be able to build the moonlight pedestal. So let's go and check on our... You're waiting on Discord. Okay. You might be waiting a little bit, so feel free to check back later, but I will definitely check back with you here in a bit. Thanks for following. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I will definitely go back on... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. Definitely go back on Discord and check that out with you and have that conversation. Because being a newbie is kind of tough. There's tons of people that you can follow and lots of conflicting advice. Okay. This was something I had mentioned earlier in my stream I wanted it to do, was test and see if the crops will break once they're ready to harvest by water. I know that's how a lot of Minecraft farms are, so you only have 1 follower so far. I know. My 1 follower is my, is my friend. And it's okay. That's where all streamers have to start, is with 1. Actually, they start with none. So, yeah, I appreciate it. The pity follow is okay for now. I'm not too upset by that. This doesn't break blocks at all? That surprises me. Can you waterlog it then? Oh, well, why doesn't it go in all directions? That was not what I was expecting. Okay, so we can't use... Well, that one went this direction. Water is so weird in this game. I'm hoping that they work on that in update 4. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so we definitely can't pick up blocks that way. Or the harvestable food. Aw, that would be nice. Hopefully in legit ways, though. I definitely don't want to get cheaty, but... let's put the block down so we can store some stuff. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to keep in here? Probably those. Okay. And just wait a minute. Okay. I am patient. Don't worry. Okay. Banya wood, beech, aspen. Okay. My camera's in the middle of my screen. I don't have a great spot to put it up, so it's not looking either like super far over myself. So I have to put it kind of in the, I don't know, it's I guess the right side of my screen. So sometimes follower goal. Aw, awesome. Hey, thanks for the follow. Monzilla 98. Hey, I appreciate it. That's awesome. Just wait. Okay, I will wait. All right. I don't remember what we were doing now with that. I think I just wanted to get some testing done. So I can't make an auto farm, at least just by planting and then using water. So that at least answers that question. I want to... Spellcrafting table needs a spell binding table, essence of lightning. I definitely don't have essence of lightning yet. And I saw a comment saying that that was a little hard to get. So, I guess let's check on the pedestal. It looks like this is charged up now, which is great. So, pedestal. Switch that. There we go. Moving stuff around my screen. That makes it a little better. I say that and then my stuff keeps moving. OBS is still a little foreign to me. I keep learning more, which is really the whole point, is just trying to make sure that you get better at it. Ezra Scarlet 01, thank you for the follow. Irma May. Are you a friend of Irma's? I appreciate the follow again. Everything's, I mean, right now, playing the game's what's good. It's been a interesting night, to say the least, so, yeah. Oh, I'm trying to experiment with a mod that has some automation in it, so that's kind of what we're focusing on right now. I've started a brand new world. This is day 2 in it. What was it, 2 days ago? I think is when I had started it. So we've done basic mining, armor collection. I don't even have stuff for my hands or pants yet, so we'll need to get that figured out. The Moonlight Pedestal, I guess with it having magic involved in it, Mana's, oh, she's your other half. Ah, well, thanks for both of you hopping in. That's fantastic. I love it. Hopefully y'all are having a good time together, at least, hopefully hanging out. And I know tomorrow will be a big day for people to do stuff. I don't know if you guys do anything for, I almost said Thanksgiving. My brain is not working right. I meant Valentine's Day. But let's go ahead and create the Moonlight Pedestal. My parents do something funny though. Oh, it uses the drainstone, but you get it back. I like that. That's kind of cool. Okay, well, like I was saying, my parents do something kind of fun, and they've done this for many, many years. I'm gonna put this over here just so it kind of has its own space. Can I interact with it at all? What happens if I put... Nope, that breaks it. Well, it's only going to charge at night, so we'll wait till night and see what happens. So like I was saying, my parents, they do something interesting, and they go to some either Walmart or some big box store that sells cards, and they go in there and look through the cards and then pick one out for each other. And then once they give each other the card, they put it back on the shelf and walk out of the store. They've done that since they were young, because they got married super young, so they had no money, and they found a way to be able to show appreciation and love to each other that way. So I think the last 2 or 3 years they haven't done it because they bought a business and got super focused on it, and so they're actually getting ready to sell it, and they decided to go tonight instead of tomorrow because they both have to work as well. So I'm kind of glad they're doing it again. I think it's pretty cute that they go and just pick out a card and that's it. So let's see. We've got Danetta Durin 228. Well, thank you. Can you please share? I don't know what I have my Discord set up as, Irma May. Did I ever finish saying thank you for the follow? I do want to make sure I send the appreciation. I don't remember what I have my Discord set up as though, so I will definitely get that set up and message you. I know you shared yours, so as soon as I figure it out, because I don't know if I have personal info up on it, so that's what I want to make sure I take off before I start sharing it, just so I don't have problems in the future. So that'll be on my to-do list for sure tonight. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'll make sure at the end of the stream I remind you that I remembered as well, so don't worry. Let's see. I don't really know where to go next. I want to see if I can just get a block to turn on and off. So probably need to just do a contraption heart and start there. Place it and see what happens. Okay. Well, I placed it. Nothing happened. So let's see what else we can get here. We've got fluid tanks, carriages, cranks. What do you need for a hand crank? We'll just start there. And it needs a regular shaft, so let's do that. Any tree log. Well, I'll need to go get more tree logs, but that'll work for now. And crank. Let's do that. Let's see. Okay. So if there was a piston at one point in time. Let's see. Crushing wheel, furnace, gearbox, gear shaft. There's a regular piston. Oh, we need the blood piston to make a regular piston. Okay. Well, let's start there. And we need blood for that. So let's just go ahead and make a handful of those. Keep those on hand and make one of these. Okay. We can talk then too. Yeah, that sounds like, as long as it's on the up and up, I think that's okay. Let's see. That's one thing. I like the idea of having followers. But definitely not the end all be all for me. I barely know much about Twitch, so but I appreciate you. That's very, very generous of you for helping me out. So I have way too much blood. How much blood does that make? Holy moly. Okay, well, I feel like I made too much now. Let's make the piston. Okay, it takes 5 piston to make that, and then we want the regular piston. We need another shaft. Alright, so let's try this again. There we go. Made a regular piston. So, I have a block. Let's just try to move a block. Block. Piston. Must be placed against an RPM component. Okay, what does that say? Shaft, cogwheel. Oh, okay. Does a hand crank work? It does. Okay. So I have to put the hand crank down first. Okay. So... Whoa. Okay. Well, that's confusing. So do I have to put... If I want the hand crank to go this way? Does it... What in the world? It's probably going to be a little while. I mean, I usually go for 2 to 3 hours, so it's going to be a bit. I say usually. My plan was originally to go 2 or 3 hours, so. Okay, how in the world does this work? Okay, so if I want the hand crank to be on the opposite side, feels counterintuitive to me, but okay. Okay, so we've got a hand crank now. Can I put the piston there? I can. How many hours do I stay online? I mean, I typically will be at least available between computer and phone for a little bit afterwards, so. Okay. Why is that not working? Is it working? Is it working? Oh, it is working. Okay. So it did move. Did move. Okay. Oh, I see. So we can change the distance. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks, Irma. And thank Ezra. I know y'all, hopefully you'll have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out with me too. I appreciate it. Oh, that's not what I meant to type. Okay, so max extend distance controls how far it's allowed to extend. Well, I only want it to extend, let's say 2 blocks right now. So, how quick, oh, okay, don't click right, no, left click, don't click left. See, I feel like if I want the shaft handle to be right here in front of me, placing the block or placing it next to the piston, I feel like it should at least have the hand crank towards me, because now I have to put a block over here on this side in order to have the hand crank go that way. That just feels a little awkward to me. I also need some extra light. It's way too dark right here. Okay. So, hello, Mr. Snake. You can stay over there. Is this working? This is charged now, but I don't know how to interact with this thing, so I bet you have to connect it to something else. It just collects it, and then you have to have some kind of storage collector next to it too. Yep, you did. Thanks, Irma. Yep, you told me. Okay. So do I have to press this twice in order for it to be considered a full rotation? Okay. So how do I rotate it the opposite direction? Okay. Oh. Okay, so... Okay, that is rotating. I'm trying to see which direction this is rotating. So that is going counterclockwise. Still going counterclockwise. Also interesting, I don't know if you noticed this either, but it actually takes stamina in order to crank it. That's fascinating. Okay. So now... does this extend? Extends 1. Okay. Extends 2. Wait, why isn't it extending 2 now? I set it to 2. The number of cranks it takes seems funny, but at least it does extend it. So does this talk about, our tutorial, tell us how to pull back? Okay, yep, RPM. And crank, consume stamina. Okay, it did tell us that, I just forgot. Shaft carries, cogwheels. Trying to see if the piston was supposed to be able to push and pull back. As parts used. Vanishing block. Bearings, shafts. Oh, it can just reverse input rotation to retract the piston. It doesn't actually pull the block with it. Okay. Well, that answers that. So... okay. Okay. Well, what else can we build within here? Can I put... blood on the ground? That's another question. So if I... oh, that's interesting. Okay. I find it interesting, the shape. I wonder if it's because it can travel up blocks too, that's why it looks like that. All right. So if I want to go in here, contraptions, back to contraptions. Rotates the block on its front while it's powered. Okay. Oh, you know what would be really helpful is if I read this and realized it says you need an accumulator core in order for that to work. So let's build that. Let's jump and type in accumulator and see what happens. Pressed gold. Ooh. Okay. So this is just like the create steps where it's like, okay, I want to do this. Here's 1,400 steps from there to here in order to do this one thing. But that is like the fun of it. I just have never really done the progression. So, okay, let's figure out how to do pressed gold. What do we need for that? Pressed. That is a mana pressure plate. Mechanical presser. Let's go make some shafts again. Couple of them. Okay. And make a presser. I'm not sure if any of y'all have played with the create mods. Oh, and I still need tree logs. Let's go cut some trees and sleep before we do that. I'm trying to think if I know that my husband and I at one point did have a Minecraft world where we had like all the mods mod, and that I don't remember if that had create in it or not. I don't think it did. I know we used some extended abilities, but I don't think it actually had the create. Well, maybe it is. We didn't play too deep into that side of things. I think that mod had the bees, all the bees mod or something like that. And so you could have, like, if you mated certain bees together, you could have them in their hives create gems, emeralds, flowers. I think, what else did it do? It did like obsidian for some, like all of the resources that you could need within the game technically could be done by breeding bees and then collecting the honey from those bees to get those items. Like logs, you could do different logs with that mod. It was kind of a fun mod. It was fairly fascinating. I think what took up so much of my time with that mod and why I stopped doing it is because it was so time consuming. And my husband was playing with the Ars Nouveau mods and was doing things much faster using those mods than I was, and it just ended up like if we wanted to go do more, it was easier for him to do it than it was for me. So I just kind of lost interest. Also, it was incredibly difficult to make the bees stay in their like area, because the bees, if you had a block up against their hive, they could jump to the other side. And then certain bees, if I'm not mistaken, certain bees didn't like other bees or wouldn't produce their stuff if they were by other bees. And it just, yeah, it got a little too in depth for me. So, you know what? The trees that I wanted to cut were on the other side. We just need to go haul for some logs. So I definitely have played with mods before. With this game being so new, I feel like in order to have a little bit of progression, at least this first month, we've had to look for other mods. But the fact that, like, the developers have all been suggesting like, hey, try things out, make stuff, let us see it, and, you know, we'll give our opinions. Maybe if you do well enough, we'll buy it. Like, I think that's pretty cool. But the fact that they're actually recommending that people mod the game makes me want to play mods more. Because they've always felt cheaty to me unless they encourage the use. And I know Minecraft offers for people to mod their game, but I don't feel like they encourage people to mod the game. So that may just be a vibe. I may be wrong on the vibe that they don't mind it, but I just don't feel like they support mods a ton. Okay. We'll get this stuff collected. Why are there... Was that tree this big? It didn't feel like it was that big. That's weird. Just feels like that dropped leaves in more areas than I expected. Alright, how many... Yeah, I feel like that's enough logs for the moment. And that's Mr. Bear. I don't want to interact with Mr. Bear at the moment either. Okay. Well, if chat, I should say not stream, if chat has any ideas on what we should check out, I am more than open to suggestions. Because while I have ideas of what contraptions are out there, I'm open to ideas for things to do in the future. So, the stone is charged. We got wood because we wanted to make shafts. And it's because a shaft was needed for pressing. So let's do the presser. I tell ya, I have to take notes on games like this because otherwise I will lose track of what I'm doing. And the ADHD doesn't help either. So then it's like, I'm going to go to this item and then I'm going to jump to this. And oh yeah, we were doing that. So let's go back to this. And wait, while I'm doing that, I need this and I need that. That is why medicated Haley is a much better person. So, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to open up some notes on the side here so that way I can help keep myself focused. All right. So we are doing pressed gold for accumulator core. All right. If I forget now what I'm doing, then we have a problem. So, this mechanical presser. All right. We have a mechanical presser now. So, do I try this out? Feel like it's gonna make me have the crankshaft here. So let's try placing it there. Mechanical presser needs air directly below it. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I didn't want that. Where did the hand crank go? Well, no wonder it had an issue. Okay. It's gonna make me put the block above. That's really silly. I will highly suggest a different option for that. Okay. Okay, so if I have the presser, where mechanical presser inventory and filters. Insert up to 5 filters to control which ores it can press. Okay. So do I just put ore into it? I have exactly 4 gold, so we'll put ore into it and see what happens. Okay. Let's just use the hand crank. Read. The fact it doesn't let me... Okay, I feel like we need to look in the book at what the presser actually does. I really should change this stream to non-machinist plays with a machinery mod. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. But I guess this is a good person to have test a mod. If you want to make sure people can understand it, that really you've never tried stuff like this before. Okay, so we have... Do we not have anything about the presser in here? Item receiver, mana gem. Okay, I'm not seeing... Mana stones, mana tanks. Okay, this is going back to blood systems. Did I miss stuff about the presser? Rotation, cogwheel, gearbox, rotation again, crushing wheel. Rotation powered ore crusher. Okay, we're not crushing. We're not breaking. We're not dropping. Rotation powered ore presser. Trunk rock. Iron. A shaft. Okay. Presses 1 ore per full rotation. Okay. I don't understand why it has an inventory. Uh-oh. Can I not get it out of its inventory now? Okay, well, thank goodness I got it back somehow, but that's a little funny. Do I just throw it on the ground? Okay. Does it let me throw it? Okay. Don't know how. Okay, presser inventory. Let's see. Okay, let's make sure we do a full rotation here. I feel like this has to be a full rotation. Okay, we've definitely started at the top. Nothing has happened. Do I have the presser upside down? I feel like there's a possibility of that. I definitely feel like I had the presser upside down. Okay, so do I put the presser... It needs air directly below it. Wait. Air directly below it and a solid block. And a solid block 2 blocks below it. Okay, that makes sense. I had it upside down. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. I am not stupid, but that seems a little stupid to me. So let's not have this block underneath it. Go under. How am I supposed to place it? If by placing it that way... Why did that work? That doesn't make any sense. Am I just being silly with how these blocks are being placed? Okay, because if I do that down, yeah, this doesn't make any sense on why the blocks are not letting me place them the way I want to. All right, one more block here. So now I can stop. Now I can actually connect the blocks. Okay. And then I can break this block. Yeah, that seems funny. I'm not sure why it's doing what it is. Okay. Break this. So now I have 2 blocks here. I need a single block there. And then 1 block in the inventory. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is it not crushing? Okay. Okay, it's facing up now. Okay. Something is still off. What happens if I drop a block there? Oh, hit the wrong button again. Okay. Still nothing. Okay, so then my next question. Does this not actually work from the top? And I have to do it from the sides. Let's just see. So put the block here. Actually, the block wouldn't be right here, right? I have to put the block where I want the handle to go. And then point to the block where I want the handle to go, right? So the handle should theoretically be right there. Okay. Does this... Ah, it has to be here. Okay. We've made progress. Progress has been made. Okay, so let's put this back in the inventory. Now, I'm trying to take it from here, but it's making it into this corner, and then I have to press where I want it to go. So that's still being funny, but let's try again. Let's do one press here, one press there. Is that considered a full crank? It's still in here. Okay, so maybe not like that. Let's try just throwing it on the block. Okay. Okay, that is still not working. Okay. Oh, nope, I didn't mean to do that. Contraption heart. Okay, do I have to have the contraption heart down here? If anybody else has any ideas, I am more than happy. Okay. Compressor inventory. I feel like we have to put it in the inventory for it to work. And then we have it interact. Oh, okay, I see. So that's why it doesn't work from above. Okay. So tip number 1 is try to see... I don't even know what the tip is here, to be honest. Hello, Mr. Snake. Okay, you're kind of bothering me, but you'll run away. Okay, let's check back at the book one more time here. Is there anything in miscellaneous? Drain stones. Okay. Oh, entity filters. Okay. Fluid tanks. A condensed point of mass. I feel like that's going to be used for something really interesting. Okay. Generating energy. Converts rotation into electricity. Okay. There's a lot of things about energy itself, but just not... Yeah, this is not helping me with at least... Generates 50... I feel like we need a water wheel. So at least I'm not having to hand crank this. So let's give that a try. when water is within 1 block. So, let's make a water wheel. So we're not hand cranking this, because I feel like the hand crank is harder to use than it should be. Okay, we have a water wheel. I think over here we have our water bucket. So let's go get our 1 water and our water bucket. See what happens. Okay. Let's see. We've got water now. Water is gonna... I'm assuming we're gonna have to have shaft here. Let's figure out where we want this. Okay, if we put water... That's not gonna be flowing water. So... what if we do a block underneath that? Maybe that's considered flowing water. Okay, what if we put water wheel? Okay, water wheel is there, so that's working. I need it to face the other direction, though, it looks like. So I want that way. Okay. Okay. And now I'm out of shafts. Let's make more. I feel like we're gonna need cog wheels too. Shaft. Just make 10 of those. And is this cogwheels? Let's make... 2 of those? Let's do that and see what happens. Has anybody seen any decent movies recently? I'm needing some new recommendations on stuff that I haven't watched yet. And I do have access to Netflix and Disney Plus at the moment. But I could use some new either shows or movies to watch. Because I attempted to watch Man on the Inside. I think I watched the first season of that one. That's one of the last TV shows that I've watched. I've spent most of my time watching YouTube videos for the most part, so I haven't really been paying attention to any series, but shaft must be placed against an RPM component. Well, I feel like that a water wheel would be... Why wouldn't a water wheel be considered... Okay, what happens if I put a cog wheel here? Cog wheel. Must be placed against an RP, rotations per minute, component. Okay, why did it let me place... It definitely isn't going to rotate there. So... shaft, hand crank, or a cog wheel. Cog wheel must be... Okay. So it allowed me to place that. I feel like this isn't working. Okay. Back to the book. What am I doing wrong? You're back. Hi, welcome back. We're trying to figure out right now if this is just a glitch with the mod or if I'm doing something wrong here. RPM between connected blocks. So a shaft should work for what I want it to do. Transmits RPM. Adjacent cogwheels. Invert direction. I literally just want to carry. Aw, thank you. I just want to continue the rotation here. That's really all I want. So. Oh. I bet you it's because the block wasn't dug out, now that I think about it. Okay, so now I somehow have to get the rotation up to this. So how do I do that? I'm okay with backseating here, so if you have any ideas or guidance on how that works, I am more than happy. Do I place it down? Can I just place another wheel there? Oh, okay. So I could just put a bunch of cogwheels on top of each other and that'll work, right? How else would you rotate it? Is there like a rotation component? What does a clutch do? This shows that I am not super familiar with machines, that is for sure. But that's why we're doing this, so we learn. Rotation, transfer, move, split, reverse, or gate, okay. Transfers. Oh, I just need a gearbox. Okay, well that seems easy enough. Okay, let's make a gearbox. Gear shift, gearbox, craft. Okay, so we have a gearbox. Great. What am I trying to make? I'm trying to make pressed gold. Right? I took my notes earlier because I was getting distracted. I need pressed gold for an accumulator core, which will allow our moonlight pedestal to get mana at night. So really all I'm trying to do is play around with cogs and stuff, but I need the mechanical presser to press. The gear shaft, no, not gear shaft. The hand crank that we were trying to use was fairly difficult to use. So I'm just trying to automate it so I don't have to keep clicking it myself in order to test these things out. So right now I'm just trying to get the press to work. That's cool. Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. I've not played around with stuff like this very often, so it's different and I like it. Shaft must be placed. See, this is... Do I just have to click? I can't click the bottom of the block next to where I want to place it. I have to actually press the shaft. So that'd be a recommendation I've had for the dev, is let me click the block underneath where I want it to go and still allow it to work. I know this is a new mod, so okay, the rotations are working. So I just need, oh, I probably need another gearbox. Right? I need another gearbox? Yeah, I needed another gearbox. Let's make another one of those. Okay, gearbox. That's now there. If I connect this and connect that, that works now. Fantastic. Okay. Now, I have a gold ingot in here. I would think if I put gold ingot in the presser inventory, that would be it. Like, that would work, but it doesn't. And see, this is the other thing. So I left click on this it sets it into this weird box. Don't know what to do with it. If I press back into my inventory, at least it does go in there, but it seems odd that that's how the interface is working. So it may be limitations with Hytale right now, though. I do know there's quite a few of those. So my next thought is that I just have to place it into the world, but that also doesn't seem to be how this works. So I don't know what the next option is. I don't want to put a filter in. I don't feel like I need to put a filter in right now because I'm not really filtering anything out. So all right, so let's go back here and go to places one block. I don't want to place a block though. I don't feel like I need to place the block in order for this to work. Presses it into a pressed variant. Okay, which that's fine. That makes sense. Oh, okay. Well, I finally understand what the contraption heart does, though. I didn't understand that at first. So only one block mover can act on it at a given time. Well, the contraption heart at least allows you to move a whole contraption without having to break all the pieces with it. So that makes more sense now, once it's connected to super glue. Okay. I'm still not understanding. Do I not have... Like, does the block need to be higher? Like, should I have a block right there? That doesn't make any sense to me. At all. I'm missing something here on why... Do I just let it sit for a minute? And then... I'm very confused. I'm not following what I'm missing here. And unfortunately, this is a new enough app or new enough mod that I don't have anything other than trial and error to figure this out. I'm proud of myself at least for figuring out how to get this to rotate here, but it seems like I would need another like half slab here or something. Is it just not pressing far enough? All right, I think what's gonna happen here, I'm gonna take a break for a minute and get something to drink, do a quick bio break, and then we'll come back with hopefully a new idea on how to get this working. I mean, I think it's fairly interesting at first anyway, so kudos to the developer, because it's definitely mechanical. I hate that that's my review of the mod. It's not my review. It's just, as somebody who's not a big mechanical person, we're just having to figure it out on our own. I don't know. Anyway, I will be back here in just a little while. We'll see you shortly. It felt good for a second to step away. Ay, ay, ay. I tell ya, everybody. Ooh, is my audio pretty loud? It seems like it's a little loud. Alright, you'll have to keep me posted on if volumes are good. So I talked to my gear guy. My husband. He still doesn't know what we need to do with this. So the idea that I have at the moment is that we possibly need to place the block into the world in order for it to then be pressed. That is my best guess at the moment. So, we're gonna try it, see what happens. And I don't know if you can place a ingot at all, but we're gonna try it. Okay, the contraption heart for sure doesn't need to be here. I wonder if that's the problem too, if it just is the wrong type of block underneath it. Okay, we're gonna put the gold in there. Still does not seem like the right type. So, let's put block here. Mechanical placer there. Okay. So I'm gonna need the block right here if I want to do it this way. Right? Probably one more back is my guess. Okay, let's give that a try. Okay. Support filters. Insert up to 5 filters to control which blocks it can be placed against. Leave empty to allow placing in air. Okay, I want to be able to place in air. Insert a filter. I wonder if it's just because I don't have... I would think no filters would mean it could do anything, but I wonder if I have to have a filter on it in order for it to work at all. I mean, that could be part of the problem, is that I just don't have any sort of filter, and so it won't do anything because there is no filter. So, let's see, hand crank. Nope, I don't want the hand crank in the inventory. Okay, so place it on the block that I want the handle to be on. I don't know if it's placing anything. I feel like I'm gonna have to have a filter. Alright, let's go make a filter. That's my next best guess. Let's try that and see what happens. A filter. I don't want an entity filter. I just want a regular filter. How does a filter work? Whitelist. I want to whitelist gold, right? Gold ore. Wait a second. Do I have to make a gold brick? Is that my problem? I have to make gold bricks? Oh, if that's the problem, I'm gonna feel really dumb. Alright, y'all. That might be the problem. Right, we do this, we turn this on. It turns into gold bricks. Oh, this is about to be real silly, isn't it? Okay, well, at least we don't place it into the world. So that's good. How about in the inventory? Okay. Okay, so not in the inventory. Okay, what about... Do I have the builder's bench somewhere? Wonder if I just need a different type of block. There's the builder bench. Okay. Alright, we're gonna make one of these. So we'll have a gold brick half slab. And my goal is to just... So placing it is not it. What about just throwing it on here? Still not it. Okay. Back to the filter idea. Let's try the filter. Why doesn't the gold ingot pop up towards the top? I have copper ingot. I have iron ingot. Okay, what happens if I search ingot? I love how venom sac and charcoal sticks pop up. But I have... Oh, there's a gold ingot. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what the search is actually searching for. Let's put gold ingot. Let's put gold block. Or gold brick and the half slab. And let's just see if by doing that... I mean, it says which ores it can press. So I would think that it would literally have to be gold ore, which I'm not realizing unless I have any in this chest. I have no gold ore. Let's see. Oh, I have a couple ore. Okay. Okay, we're good. I was afraid I was gonna have to go dig for more, to be honest, so. Interesting. Let's take the gold ore. Put it in here. Does that do anything? Okay, it doesn't... It is not pressing it, so... Okay, we're gonna go back here to this, and it still isn't working. I'm just kind of out of ideas at the moment. Okay. I don't even know. What else is in here about contraptions? Is there anything else that we can see? See, it goes right back into rotation machines. I don't think I need a dropper. It just says a powered ore presser presses one ore per full rotation into a pressed variant. Is there any sort of help? It just doesn't seem like there's any... It doesn't seem like there's any sort of extra information that would tell me, do I have to press this into... I don't know if I'd have to press it into something else specifically. Yeah, I'm kind of getting to the point where I feel like we're going to have to just send a message and let them know that it's just not working. Because it could just be an issue with the mod itself. I'll attach to a mechanical bearing. It will place considerably quicker. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Presses one ore per full rotation into a pressed variant. So that you can press items. Shaft, cogwheel, where's the presser again? Oh, okay, so it takes you within the book. Are we rotating the wrong direction? Does direction have anything to do with it? Let's just... If I put a cogwheel on, will that change the direction? I feel like it will. Cogwheel must align with the RPM component it's attaching to. Okay, well... it should. Why wouldn't it? Okay. That's weird. Why isn't this aligning? Must align with the RPM component it's attaching to. Okay. How is that not considered aligning to it? Doesn't make any sense. I'm very, very confused right now. Okay. Okay. I just don't know. Do I have any ore in here? No. I mean, I don't understand, why would you have a filter if... Why would you have a filter here? Okay. Whitelist. I only want to do these ores. Right? Oh, crap. No, it's not. Is the whole problem that it's literally the ingot? I have an ingot and I needed the raw ore. I bet you that's what it was. Well, okay. It looks like we have to go find more gold. I don't even remember how we found the gold in the first place, and there's no way to turn it back. So I turned all of it back into, well, shoot. Okay. Yeah, I bet you it's because it was an ingot and not an ore. Let's try it with the copper here. See if the copper will do it. Oh, I'm gonna feel real dumb, aren't I? Yep, I'm feeling real dumb. There it is, pressed copper. Wow. Okay, so user error. Read and then understand. That's my problem. Okay, so we need to go find gold. Well, I do know gold is pretty prevalent in the ocean by sand. So if we peruse over here, I bet you that's gold right over there. So let's go take a trip. Which direction? I want to go east. That's west. This is east. Okay. We're gonna take a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Kind of wish I had rockets in this game. At least easier ways to get around here. I kind of wish in the base game, I feel like having a faster way to travel should have been maybe not a higher priority. You're not really going that far in the game right now anyway, but it just feels like it would have been nice to have. What? Why are you trying to fight me right now? No, I wasn't even that close to you. Whatever. We can run away fast enough. You know, it did dawn on me though. I wonder if I can even get gold with a crude pickaxe. Do I need an iron pickaxe in order to mine the gold? That I don't know. So we'll have to find out. All right. The mice in this game are kind of cute. Oh, and so are the little piglets. Giving kisses. They're so cute. I thought if I went east, I'd go right into the ocean. Okay, I am going into the ocean, but it's just further than I thought. Dang. I don't know, every once in a while, I'm having pain in my wrists right now. I'm not quite sure why. Unless, oh. Lightning and then the wolves. That was a little weird. I don't think I've heard lightning in this game yet. Curious if it's just a biome issue or if it's just I've not noticed it, but there's still so many things in this game that pop up. It's like I've played however many hours and still have not seen everything. Just the biome diversity in this game is fairly impressive, and I know it's just gonna get even bigger. Okay, the ocean shouldn't be too much further. Okay, let's hope I wasn't wrong with the fact that gold is easy to find. And looks like I might have been wrong here. But I also know that the sandy areas, I don't think they were that far away. Wait, is that gold? It's probably gold. Okay. There we go. Yeah. If you were not aware, gold, I think, is easier to find in the oceans than it is in the rest of the world. So, highly recommend going that way. Is it gonna let me break this? It is. Okay. Good. So, we can at least... I need... what? Let's... Ooh, I'm gonna die. I gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Okay. Breathe. The other thing is that breathing underwater, there is no potions yet. There's a diving suit in one of the mods, but not in the base game yet. So trying to mine can be very difficult without a better axe. And I'm just gonna get this and go. Go, 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 go. Okay, we're not that deep, so we're okay. Ugh. Well, I definitely need, if anybody has recommendations for different, ooh, I need to get up, different ways to entertain your toddler throughout the day, I'd appreciate some ideas. Because I feel like right now we're kind of in the same old boat where we do the same thing every day. And as much as I have toys separated, we've just started doing a slight toy rotation. We haven't really done a ton with it yet. Most of his toys are out. I've started putting some in buckets and then only bringing out certain toys at certain times. For the one day I've done it, he definitely focused more on the item that I brought out than normal. It only lasted for a small amount of time though. So I feel like it might be my expectation of how long he's gonna play with it. That may be the problem. So I just have to rotate it more often. I just don't know if it's a daily rotation, if it's a weekly rotation. That I have not figured out yet. So I need to do some more research. But if you have good ideas or recommendations on it, I'd appreciate it. We're about 18 months right now, so we're working towards being more independent. But he's still, independency, especially when playing, is a little bit harder. He will play by himself, but very much wants me to play along with him a lot of the time. And don't even ask to have a moment where he's actually confined and you're not in the room anymore, because he has figured out our living room is gated off. And that was actually prior, or it was right about the time we had him. We had a dog that was getting into things too often, so we actually gated off our kitchen. And there's an entrance into our kitchen from like the hallway as you go into our house, as well as into the dining room. And then we have off the dining room our living area that goes back into the hallway. So it's kind of like kitchen, living, dining, hallway, and stairs right here. So we had the living room blocked off with one gate, and then we have both sides of the kitchen blocked off. Well, the ones in the kitchen are permanent. We installed those into the wall. The one into the living room is not. It's a pretty easy gate, and it came with things to install it permanently, but where it needed to be installed, it just didn't seem like a good spot to actually put something permanent in. So we've been able to last up until the last maybe month without having to have that permanently installed. But he has now figured out not the official way to open it, not the actual way, but he's figured out a way to pull it off the wall a little bit, so that way the gate just swings open because it's only held together by pressure. So that means if I want to go use the bathroom by myself for a few minutes or whatever it is, I have to put him in our big playpen that I have. And it's a fairly decent size. It's not a small size, and it's not the playpen that we used to have as kids where it's just like the same size as a bed. Like, it's a pretty big, I mean, you could fit a queen size mattress in this thing, no problem. So he has a good enough space for it and to play, and that's where a lot of toys are. But you stick him in there and he thinks you're abandoning him, you're never coming back, and it's the worst thing in the world to be in. And I am struggling just letting him cry it out in there because he sounds so sad and depressed. But it's like, I feel like you need to start learning these skills of how to be a little more independent without mom. And then I hear myself say that and think, well, am I being too harsh on him? He's only 18 months old. And, you know, am I putting a skill on him that developmentally he's just not ready for? So I worry about that too. And, yeah, the constant worry of moms about their kids. It's a struggle. So I feel for moms. It's, I'm sure, been how the world's worked for the longest time. It's just, until you experience it yourself, I really don't think there's a way to comprehend it until you are parenting that child and the sole responsible person. Well, and I say sole. My partner, my husband, is a very hands-on guy, so I am not discrediting. I'm not going through this by myself. That is for sure. But there are a lot of people who do. And again, those I feel way more, how do I want to phrase this? I sympathize with those that have to do that by themselves. Because it is a hard job, and sometimes you do want to just back away, and I get the privilege of doing that and having a few seconds to myself when he's home. Not everybody does. So single parents, I think, are the superheroes of this world. And yeah. And my husband was raised by a single parent, and she did a pretty good job with my husband. And is a pretty good, pretty awesome woman herself. So I have got to know some very awesome people because of that. So, okay, we're almost back to the base. So we can erase that hour of stupidity that I had of just not reading the book and go put some ore in here. Okay, let's put, can I do the shift click within this menu? No, I don't want that. Shift, no. Okay, so I can't split within that interface, which would be nice to do. Now, I only want 4 of these, so if I get out of here, whoa, that is fast. It does not update the inventory. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that would also be nice if we could see the inventory update as it works, because that works really fast. All right. Now that we have spent forever trying to do this, let's finally get the accumulator core, and we can mark that off our checklist. Woohoo! We actually made progress. All right. All that work just for this. It's fine. Okay. So does it have to be placed on top? Let's see if it changes anything by placing it on top. Did that change color? Huh. Yep. I still remember. Don't worry. I have not forgotten. We will definitely connect afterwards. Oh yeah, it's been 2 hours. Yeah, I'm actually, now that I've made some progress, having fun with this. So, okay. So it just said if it was placed underneath, right? That's all it said it had to do. Let's go back here to, was it under energy? Let's see. Wonder if it'll be under mana for magic. Yeah, it's looking like it. There's a jetpack. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Oh, powered is self-mending. Yep, I do. You posted it earlier. So, I've got it. Don't worry. It's up here somewhere. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Let's try magic. See if it pops up in here. Generating magic. Okay. It is. So when placed on an accumulator core, it will generate mana at night. Okay. So theoretically, when it's nighttime, this will work. Generates mana from nearby azure fern growth. Okay, well. A core necessary for most forms of mana generation. Yep, okay. Oh, you can smelt the pressed gold into a gold ingot. That's good. So if you make too many of them, you can at least smelt it to get ore. Not ore, ingots. Okay. Move mana between storage blocks using receivers and transmitters. Okay. Chalk transfers mana, which needs iron dust. Okay. Okay, mana disperser. Stand on it to refill your mana using the nearest mana tank. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, do I have... Where's a mana tank? Mana leather, mana stone, mana tank. I need a charged mana gem. Okay, mana gem comes from the arcane bench, and I need a ruby and a diamond for that. That's... Okay, that's pretty expensive. That is pretty expensive. Okay. Well, and we need the arcane bench for it too. Okay. Stores up to 1,000 mana. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Game's going much better than it was before. So, hey, Amara. Yeah, much better than it was before. It took us forever to realize in order to get the pressed gold that you needed ore instead of ingots. And I was just being silly. And yeah, so that was a problem, but we've got it fixed. So now I'm just trying to see what else we do. I know I want to wait till nighttime, which we're pretty much there. I just wanted to see, do I like red roses? Feel like the answer is yes, because that was the name I went. What is a problem? I don't know what a problem is. I mean, I know when we have problems, but I don't quite know what your question's asking. So you wanted to maybe add to your question, but yes, I do like red roses. I just don't get red roses that often because I kind of find them to be very expensive, and I don't quite have the disposable income for red roses yet. So, let's see. Well, I know we can at least do pressed blocks. I know we can move blocks. Let's see, what else do we want to try to do within the mod? Can power machines. Hold interact to consume stamina. Yep. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out, the steam engine, where do you get fire? It talks about the steam engine. Because your name of logo and channel in total rose. Yeah. Now, I do like roses. I just liked the name Bloodrose. I mean, honestly, that was trying to come up with a couple years ago, like a fun gamer name. And I wanted something a little edgy. Oh, good. Yeah. I think red roses are definitely a fun flower, but my whole thing was, rather than just a red rose, I wanted something that was a little more mystical, a little more magical, and I thought Bloodrose sounded edgy, still gave kind of like that mystical feel. So I just really thought it sounded interesting and not super girly, but a little girly. I just wanted something with a little more edge, really, is all I wanted. So that's where Bloodrose came from. I do like the color red, though. Like, my key colors, like, ever since I was probably in my teens, red, black, gold. Like, that was my standard. I feel like over half my wardrobe in high school was just black. At least. I also went through like a goth phase, so that also explained a lot of it. So the gold came in when I was in college. I used to like silver a lot more, but for some reason gold has become more of my go-to. So actually, I think I know where that came from. I'm a big fan of Tangled, and obviously she has her golden flower, and I think that's when my shift from silver to gold started. Now, Tangled did not come out when I was in college, but it definitely changed my opinion on color scheme after that. So, and then I struggle still too. My face looks like a vibrant red. Well, thanks. I do naturally have a more of a rosy tone. I don't know, is that a compliment? I feel like that's not really a compliment, but when I get embarrassed, I get red as a tomato, but yeah. Your face looks great, kind of like a vibrant red. I'll take it as a compliment. How about that? We'll do that. Oh, goodness. What were we working on? I've gotten myself so distracted. It's getting late. That's not helping either. You were complimenting. Okay, thank you. I just didn't quite know how to take that one. So, well, yeah, we'll go with the compliment. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, I think now that at least I know how to make more of these items, I've got to come up with some ideas for contraptions to make. Because I would think I'd want to do automation, right? You're automating pieces of the game. I can't make... Can we be friends? Absolutely we can be friends. Absolutely we can. Easiest way to be friends with me? Subscribe on Twitch. That's at this point. And YouTube. I just started a YouTube channel as well. So my VODs will get posted on there so you can subscribe. And yeah, subscribe there, follow me here, and we can definitely chat more. I'm hoping, like I said, I'll make a Discord at some point. So yep, like I said, I'll work on a Discord here at some point and be able to communicate with people more that way. So it's coming, don't worry. I just have to work on it. So yeah, automations. I don't have cobblestone generators that we can make. Oh, hey, purple is my second favorite color. So Yeah, the purple hearts kind of fit. I actually had a hard time trying to decide how I wanted my channel to look because the purple and gold was also my next best pick as far as color schemes go. But with the name being Bloodrose, it felt weird. If I can send in red color. Okay, well, if you get the red color, let me know and send it over. I could always look at making red. I need to look at making some emotes too on the channel. So we don't have cobblestone generators yet, right? We can't make that kind of stuff. We don't have. I feel like that's like a big thing in the game right now that we're missing. Now, on Tuesday, we'll be able to get tameable creatures. So that'll at least be able to allow us to breed, and then we might be able to get leather from that. We've got plenty of moss horns around us, so it shouldn't be hard to get them in a pen once we can have them follow us. So that'll be easy enough. So that's definitely on my list. So let's add a list here. Go ahead if you want to send me yours Discord. I'll put stuff together and we can definitely touch base. Let's see. Where's my notes? Okay. So, future goals. We are going to get tamed creatures. So we can have a farm. Perfect. Thank you so much for sending your ID. Yep, I'll make sure that we get that there. Okay, so we've got tame critters, so we can have a farm. What else? We can't really get gold. I'm curious though with that slaughter machine, if we were able to find a spawner for one of the big scary guys that you can get the grimoire from. I wonder if we could find a spawn point for that, set up the slaughterer, and get thorium from them. The other thing we could possibly do is go back to spawn, and in the Forgotten Temple, depending on how often those golems spawn, we might be able to set up the slaughter there too. So we'll have to check on that. That's another idea. So possible golem farm? Possible. What is the guy called? Like a predator or something like that? Hey, Amara, I appreciate our nice chat, the good time we spent, and you making me your friend. Ah, and you found the red heart. I love it. That's great. But hey, I appreciate you for being here. It is much better to chat with somebody than to sit and stare at a screen and talk to yourself. So I greatly appreciate you being here. What was our second thing? The golem farm, and then a possible, I feel like it's like it's not a pretessor or something like that, but it starts with a pre. I'm gonna call him the grimoire guy. Okay. Okay. Anything else that we have for ideas? I mean, I feel like we could go on a hunt for the diamond and ruby, just so we can make the mana gem, because it seemed like that would have been beneficial for more of the mana projects. So hunting for ruby and diamond. And then I think we probably need to just go ahead and do some progression items, get some thorium, probably go ahead and get some adamantite, and just try to bulk up our armor. So I think I've got some good goals for next time. I appreciate all the time y'all have spent here with me this evening. I'm looking forward to playing this game more. Obviously, we're going to get better at making machines eventually. It's going to take a second, but we will get there. And obviously, as the game progresses too, we'll have more content that we can show you guys. So I appreciate the time we spent. I will work on finding another word besides appreciate to show my gratitude. And we will we'll see you this next time. Just watch out on Twitch for my schedule. I know for Friday we'll do Friday probably of next week, and then I'm guessing Tuesday. If my schedule doesn't have Tuesday on there, I'll reschedule it so that way we can check out the new update, the official release of update 3. Otherwise, have a fantastic day tomorrow. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.